Hi guys, welcome back. Right, another little turning today. This is something I've done one of these a while back. I've done quite a lot last year actually, and I think they were a fantastic seller last year. And I think even now they're something. If you want to make something to sell that will, I think, sells really well, and they're quite a novelty, is these lamps. Okay, and I'm going to make another one of these up. Right now, I've done something a little bit different with this one. These are the ones that come from Temu. I spoke all about it on the last videos. They're just touch lights, rechargeable, absolutely fantastic. I think they're brilliant. I've got a few of them. Now, this one came with the fitting, because you get the bottle stopper one, and you get this one that would go over the top of a bottle, because that's what they're actually for going over bottles. I don't want it to be that chunky what I'm doing, so I didn't have a nut to fit this, so what I had to do was put that in my chuck, the one that come with the lamp, the black one, and I had to turn this out, and that's what I've ended up doing. I've turned that out, so I've got the threaded bit so I can glue that in. Now the reason I didn't have a nut is because all the nuts I seem to have are metric M10, and this isn't actually M10, this is Imperial, so this is still an AF thread. It's not a metric thread, so I haven't got one of those screws, one of those nuts, so they're sort of gone from now. So I took that out so I can glue that in to the top of what I'm doing, and then let it screw in. Okay, just to let you know what I did. So if you do come and say, where did I get that thing from? No, I had to sort that myself for it. So what I'm going to do first, I've got this piece, because this is going to be, like I said, I've done one before. It's going to be the little potpourri dish with the little column inside, and the lamps going on top of that. Absolutely fantastic. I've got one in my bathroom, and they're absolutely, in the toilet actually, they're absolutely fantastic. They really are. They're a lovely novelty type thing. Well, I'm going to put this on now. Whether this is done in one thing, this video, or whether I do, got a little crack there I've got to be careful of. A lot of this wood's sort of cracked. I think it's this heat at the moment, because I cut these up ready to turn, and then I didn't seal the ends again. I just left them, but I thought they wouldn't crack because I thought they were dry enough. But there you go, we all know what fault done, don't we? Right, let's get this on here. Now, to try and, this is going to take a little bit more time, so I've got to do a couple of pieces for it, and there's a bit to do. So like I say, I don't really like cutting the videos and cutting bits out, because if something happens, then I can always talk through what's happened and how I'm going to solve the problem for new turners. Okay, so I'm going to turn it fairly quick-ish to get the main bits done. So the fastest way of turning this down, I'm going to use a spindle gouge on it first off. I'm putting my coffee over there out of the way so I don't get all sawdust in it. Lisa's not here at the moment, she's in so good. With the dogs, it's a bit, if they get left outside, they just non-stop bark, 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 bark. They're a pain. Even if they're locked in the house, they bark, bark, bark. It's too hot to lock them in today. So bringing them in here, and it's not really good with all the sawdust and everything, the three of them in here, so we tend to leave them out. So I'm on my own for it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down a bit. Now I'll zoom you in a bit. This is where I make my mistakes, because I forget about moving the camera. Right, so I'm going to put you about there. You've all seen my process for doing this before, so if you want to skip through this little bit, then all well and good. I don't like, as I say, I don't like cutting it out of the videos. I'm going to start off 1/2 inch spindle gouge. Okay, that's all, a 1/2 inch. If you've got a 5/8, use a 5/8, but I'm using 1/2 inch at the moment. So I'm going to start it up. If you want to do it carbide, do it with carbide, no problem. You get a bit of speed on there. So watch, there's some bits of bark there that might fly off. That's why I'm keeping myself to a side. Well, I'm at 1850, and I'm going to start making a few cuts. Get the square bit away. Bring that in straight away. 3 cuts, and you know, we'll get the tool rest in. got a little way to go. It's getting round there, but it's still square up that top bit. But now most of that, so I know that bark's gone, I can turn that speed up a bit now. Get up to just over 2,000 RPM. Right, okay. Now I am not going to be having it as deep as that because it's not going to be needing to be that deep. So I'm going to start putting a bit of shape into it. Because I think I'm going to have to take the front down anyway, so where that crack is. I will have a look in a bit. So. Take this down to where I think I want the foot to be. That there. Right, let's have a look at that and see what I've got. Crack's gone. Got some nice coloration there. Yeah, that's going to be quite nice actually. Right, now I don't want it quite as deep as that, so I think rather than losing it from the diameter here, I'm going to take it up a little bit more on the bottom. I don't want it quite as deep as that, to be honest. It's not going to be a lot different, it's not going to be a lot shallower, just a little bit shallower, okay? And a bit more, a bit wider at the bottom, I think. So that'll be it, yeah. I'm going to be having that for the depth there. So I've just got to get rid of this now. Right, now then, let me see where I want to, right. I'm going to have a fairly good foot on it. Yeah, I mean that I might get rid of at the end. I might turn it round and get rid of that. I don't really know. And have it flat. I don't think it's going to look good with a foot on the bottom of this. Unless I go for a bigger foot, and I don't really want to. So I think I'll be coming back and taking this off. Get my saw rest into position, lower it down a bit, get a finished cut on here. Something there, making a noise. It's the coloration of the wood really, I think. Right, stop and have a look at that. You can see something here. Right, it's obviously, I'm getting a little bit of bounce there from where the grain changes, because it's only on that bit there. So, right, get my tool in position, turn my speed up a little bit. That's how we dealt with that. Right, I'm leaving that bottom like that because I say I'm going to come back and I'm going to, I want quite a wide bottom on it. So let's get some sanding done. Yeah, when I touch it, I can feel it's like this bump in there. I don't know what that is, but look. See, it's smooth. It's smooth when I look at it, so it could be that there's a slight crack. There's something there. Marble brick one. Yeah, this is where I say I don't cut the video because I'm going to find out what it is in a minute. Something's definitely causing a bounce just there. There's absolutely nothing there. Oh, there, it's that. Oh, that's weird. It's like, it's not soft, but there's nothing there. Absolutely nothing there, but it's bouncing. That is, I can actually feel it. That's like dips in. Just that circle there. That's weird. Still, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no tear out, nothing like that on it. There's no cracks, so that's all right. So let's get a bit of finish on that now. Yeah, okay. Let's dust it off. We'll get a little bit of finish on it. It's weird, as I say, you can feel bumping. I've got an intruder at the moment.
Hi guys. I'm not going to stay for too long.
No, I did explain about the dogs.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward having them in. I just wanted to do a quick thank you while you're shining
Go
up.
ahead for it.
Yeah, to David Robertson, thank you very much for your donation to the channel. Thank you very much.
Anyways, if you pop back and forth every few minutes and
Yeah,
that's
it's just because I know they'll come right up to the door to follow me in.
If they're outside the door, they probably won't bark. You can leave them until they bark and then just go out for them.
Yeah.
Right, that's my hard wax oil. Okay. Canuba wax. You can hear that bouncing now, but
Yeah.
it's a weird. Oh, you didn't see it, did you? I was explaining. It's a weird bit on the wood. It's bounced, but there's no tear, there's nothing there.
I could hear it, yeah.
I can't take it out. It's on the wood. It's the grain of the wood.
Right.
Another little coat. This won't shine as much, this piece of wood, because it's just a light wood, isn't it? A fairly light wood, so it's got a bit of darkness on it. It'll shine it up. Like I say, I'm going to come back and take that bottom off anyway. I'm not going to leave it like that. Now let's have a look and see what we've got. It's that. That's bumping. It dips in for some reason. I don't know why. But there you go. That's got that. Looks like a bit of a stain, really, but That's all right. That's okay. Let's get it turned round and start to follow it. Did it well trying to do this a bit quicker. This bit. So
right. I'm going to let you do the hollowing part because then
yeah,
I
you
don't
can
have to
pop back in a few minutes.
Put the mask on all the time. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So, I'll be back in a bit.
Well, I'd have to stop and get your mask down, wouldn't I? So
Yeah.
right, okay. Now I've done this so this can go in the sharp drawers there. Yeah. I like to put it into my sharp drawers. If I can, I normally use them. Which I think, oh, that's the wrong key. I don't know whether that would fit in the bigger ones actually. Yeah, that would fit in my big ones. I'm going to put my big ones on. Just because I want to. I did do the tenon big enough. Wasn't really thinking what I was actually doing. It's because I've already put a tenon on the other piece and I've put that on for the other drawers, and I wasn't thinking about what ones I was going to use for this. Right, there we go. That's in there. Tighten down. Perfect. Tighten. Little nip. That's all it needs. There we go. Right, now I'm going to take this left centre out because I don't need that. Don't stab myself with it. Now for this I will do the hollowing with carbide, and when I hollow this I've now got to leave a piece in the centre at the bottom that the other bit will go onto, okay, because this is going to have a centre column. So I'm going to bring you just round there like so. Oh god, I've got wood sheathings all over everything here. Oh, right. Okay, let's start that up and step to the side, let it spin up. Okay. Right, I'm on the SCH3 for the moment. Just so you can see, again, like I say, how good this pickle is. Now, I'm going to take the cello touch at that bit, because I've got to leave a centre piece for the column to come onto. Okay, so I'm going to work my way back to the edge and start leaving that there. I don't think that's how big it's going to be, but if I leave that I can trim it down later. Right, by dropping the when I get to that middle, by dropping that handle and coming across, I'll get a nice clean finish on this, okay, on this stem bit. But I think that's going to go a bit flatter than that, a bit smaller, I should say. Right, now, where is it? I'm going to take that down a bit more. Right, down to about there. That's where that column's going to come onto for the lamp to go on, see? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that, I'm going to put a little hole in there so that I can have it as a tenon, you know. Probably like a little 10mm hole or something. So for that I'm just going to use a detail chisel. And so I've still got a little bit of the hole that I drilled. It doesn't have to be exactly 10mm because I'm going to make the bit to go in it to the size of it. So I'm just getting it. There we go. Clean that edge up on it. Right, that will be deep enough, and that's what the tenon will go into. Okay. So now I'm going to just come across that again, just to clean that up nicely. Now I don't want to follow too much into that. I need a bit of weight in the bottom because obviously it's got to have a lamp on the top, so it needs a bit of weight for the stability. Okay, so I'm going to take another cut. Like so, as I come down to this bottom bit, come into it, and then I drop my handle, and I come up and across the top of it. That way I'll get a nice clean finish on it. That's it, that's pretty much done. Just clean this front edge up. As I always say, I leave that until last. There we go, and I'm just going to come that way and just soften the entry point. That's it, done. That's that bit done. So now I can get a bit of sanding done on that. Now obviously you do as much sanding and stuff as you want. You can go through all the grits and stuff like that. I'm not going to go over mad because I know this is going to have potpourri put in it. A bit more awkward when you've got to sand something like that up in there. That's why I did that cut, so I don't get a load of tear out on it. There we go. Just going to go into these grits. .240. Nice. And then that's a 320. Yeah, okay. I'm going to put a little bit of finish in here, but I haven't got to over worry because I will be coming back to this piece once I put the centre column into it. I will then mount it up again once I've done the centre column, so I can turn it. Don't put no glue on, if you do one, don't put no glue on there because that's going to be glue. No oil, sorry. Don't put no oil on there because that's going to have glue. But I will be making another little cut probably on that to come in to blend the two together. There we go. You put a little bit of Camellia on. You probably have to put a bit more on. Probably putting a little bit more on when I actually finish. But this will show me what that's going to look like just with a basic quick little bit. There you go, that looks lovely. See, we've got no tear out around this side where we come up and out. That can always sometimes be a problem when you've got something like that. But that's how you do it, okay? And it works with spindle gouge, bowl gouge, anything. Right, so now what I'm going to do is, where am I? Here we are. I'm just going to pop in there like that. There. That will give me my tenon size then. Put them on there. Take this out. Like I say, I will come back and take that off after. But that's how I want that. See, I don't want it too deep. I want plenty of weight in the bottom. It's got that lamp on the top. I don't want it to be falling over every time someone touches it. Now this is the one I was saying about. I made that tenon for the other chuck, see, when I've done it. I thought I'd do it first off. I'll get it done so it was done ready. Just takes the time down a little bit, you know, try not to get the videos too long. I know a lot of people don't like watching it. I know some of you do. I know you do say, you do message me and you do make the comments, and thank you very much for that. And you say you like them. Right, there we go. We'll tighten that up like so. Now, that's not square on the end. I've got to square the end up, which I will do. But I'm working on spindle now, so I'm above centre. Okay, let me check where you are. Yeah, you're alright. I'll bring you round to here a little bit. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. Now, I'm going to use a square carbide just to square that end off. See, I'm above centre. Tools there, look, that's level. I'm that much above centre. Start on the end, angle in. Right, okay. I'm now I'm going to use my parting tool to just come in on this bottom to let me know what I've got. And I need to put the little tenon on the bottom. So I've got to give that enough width for those things to go in. Right, now I'm going to just bring this down. I'm going to use box follower. Tell you what I'll do very quickly, just to get this down, just to save on time. I'm going to use the roughing guide and get rid of some of this wood. This is literally just to save a bit of time here. See what I mean? I want it fairly finished up there. I don't want this to be too big a stem. Okay, right, that'll do me. Now I've got to get so I'm just going to grab another set of dividers here, because what I need to know is that size there. I'm going slightly over, because then, like I said, I can mount it back up. So that's what I've got to get this end bit down here. Okay. So where's my carbide? That's it. My square. Right, I've got a little bit more to go. Right, I'm just over it, and I'm going to leave it at that for the moment, because I'm going to be shaping that in. Okay. And then my parting tool, because I'm going to bring this back down, so I just know that that's where that tenon bit's going to be. Okay. Right, now then, before I go any further, what I've got to do, bring up, is I've got to put a 16mm hole in the end here, which is for the nut to go in. Okay. Actually, let me bring that. Let's just bring that round there and make a little divot with the carbide, so the drill bit's going to get a dead centre. Okay. Now I do have a 16mm bit here. There we go. Look, another Temu special. Fantastic these are. Now I only need to go. I'll go in a little way. Right, let me get the small cut. Right. Go back up there. I've only got to go in a little way on this. Right, come on, get in. I think there's a bit of wood or something inside my... That's it, so that wasn't drifting. Right, it is now. So let me come in. That's it, it's only that little bit there at first. I'm going to stop that and I'm going to have a look with this. Get that nut. Because that's it, that's the 16mm that side. And then it's slightly thinner under that, okay. I'm not exactly sure of that size. I'm going to just use another one of these little drill bits. I've got, if I go down a couple of sizes. Right, I've got a bag of them, so you get a whole load. Now, what's this size? That's 18. Oh, they're all bigger actually, they're all bigger, so I'm going to have to use a different drill bit. That's alright, not a problem. Now, oh, looking at it, it is actually probably about that size I've got to go to. Yeah. Have I got a drill bit for that? Or is it just this one? I think it's just this one. So what I might actually do, oh, that's a bit long to mess about with. Got to be careful with things. I'm going to open that up just by using a tool. Do it the old fashioned way, eh? Let's take this out. We're going to open it up by turning it. And the tool for that is going to be the detail. Right, we'll start that up again. Right, detail chisel. And all I'm going to do is come in here. Now I'm a bit high for that, that's it. Come in here and I'm just going to gently open this up so that nut can go inside it. Probably going to be a little bit wider. Come on, get that middle stump out. Right, let's check it. Just got to see whether that's going to fit down inside that. Now, yes it is. I want it to be tight, so it pushes in and it's tight. Okay, I don't want to be a loose fit there. So I'm just going to go in and take a little bit out that middle. For that.
See how you can do it with the detail, or you can hollow it out. Right, that's enough there. Just clean that edge up. That's it, that's enough. That's going to go in there. Right, now I've probably got a drill bit somewhere, the exact size, but rather than mess about, I thought I would just do that. Okay. Now, for a bit of stability, so I get no vibration or that, what I can do is I can bring a live centre up and pop it in there like that. That's it. It's just to stop any vibration. And I want to turn this down. That's going to sit on the centre of the lamp. I don't want it too big, so I'm going to come down a little bit more. That's it, that much. Right. Now I can see the diameter I'm going to have there. Okay, now I want to bring all this down. Right, now I've got to see what sort of shapes I want. I'm going to do right, give a little bit of a, like that, a little bit of a shape in there, come in here. Well, didn't mean to take it as deep as that, but never mind. Went a bit deeper than I was planning to go. Right, I'm just doing a little bulbous. I'm not, can you see that from there? What I've done? Yeah, you can see it. Let me put it around there a little bit. Just like that. Right, I've just done like a bulbous shape. I'm not overdoing stuff because, like I said, it's right. What I'm going to do, just on this top bit here, if I come down, I'm going to roll that. Put a little bead in there. Now, I don't know if you can see that. I think you can. Yeah, you can see it's just a little bead detail. Tiny little bead detail there. Okay. Just done by coming in, roll it in, over, roll it back in. There you go. There's a little bead. A bit of fluff there, take that off. There we go. Right, and then as I come down here, I don't think I'm going to really do a lot with this because it's nice as it is. So come to the top, then from the top down, blend the two, and that one's all right there, I think. I don't think I really need any more beads or anything to, I think that's alright. I think that is pretty much okay. I'm going to sand it. Try not to get that in your way, let me just check. Yep, that is in the way, so I'll bring you around here. I will actually take you up a little bit. Bear with, guys, bear with me. Like I say, I haven't got my Lisa here at the moment. Right, here we go, give that a bit of a sanding. say, this ain't overcomplicating this piece. It's very straightforward and simple. You know? Down that curve. Now I'm just going to check whether yeah, I'm still slightly larger on that. That's good. That's good. Right, a couple of the other bricks here. Got 240. Right, now I'm not putting any finish on this at the moment. So what I've got to do is turn this down now, part this off, put it back in the bowl. Yeah, that's going to be a bit funny, isn't it? No, that'll be alright. I'll be able to do all that and then turn it round. Yeah, that's okay. Right, I'm going to put part this down. I've got to now get down to this side, so look, to cut that edge, luckily that's not all to the side. Right, that is it. That is where that's got to be. I've got more in there, just double check it, make sure that it's all good. I'm hitting the, hang on, let me transfer that size over to this one, because I'm just hitting the chucks there. See? Now I can tell. Right, so come in again. There we go, dead on. Right. That is it, that's good. Right, so now what I can do, come in here, so I don't need it as big as that. Right, I'm going to loosen this up, back this off, and part this off now. There we go. So I've got my little tenon on the bottom. Okay. So now this chunk will come off. I got there. Oh. This chuck goes back on. Probably could have actually left the bolt in here actually, couldn't I, the bolt bit? Thinking about it now, but never mind. Right, there we go. Yeah, that's all still there, all still good. Right, so now this should, once I remove that little knobble there, do that with a skew, gone. That should fit in there. Which it does. Will it go right in, or is it a little bit long? Could be a tiny bit. No, it should be alright. I think what it is, there's a little bit just in there. We're going to have to just, there's a little bit inside that. I'll start that up. That's all good. I can actually see it now. You just see that little bit. There it is. That was it. That was just that little bit catching it. Right, now let's have a look. Yep, that's it. Now that's gone up nice and tight now. So there we go. Like I said, oversized there. So I can now bring that back up. Just hold it. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. I think that's all that just in there. And we're going to go back to the SCH3 chisel. And we're going to just do our little up like so, and that's blended that there. Okay, I've got maybe a tiny little bit more, so just put the bevel on there, raise it, there we go, that matches it up then. So now I've got that matched up, we're going to come in and get a bit of sanding done on that. This is more the awkward bit. It's only that little bit where I just blended it. Remember I hadn't, did I put finish on that? Yeah, I did, didn't I, a little bit. Oh well, I've just started to sand it now, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more sanding. No, as I say, I can put finish over the whole thing again now. So we go back to these little bricks. 240. $220. That feels nice. Right, now let me get this stuff out of the way. Now what I'm going to do, put the particle over there. Right, hard wax oil. Again. You go over it all again, it won't hurt it. I love doing little things like these. These are my sort of things, really. Right. Move the wax. Then what I'm going to do is turn the bowl round, take that bottom off, get that finished, and then that'll be job done. Right, so we're going to come round this again. And up this. Just very gently buffing. Let's have a look, see how it looks like. Yeah, that's gone quite nice, that's blended in alright. I'm happy with that. So now I'll take that away, pop that off, wash like that, and I'm going to get that right. All I'm going to do with this, let me take my face shield off for a minute. All I'm going to do with this here is pop a little bit of CA glue, okay, just around this edge. I'm hoping I'm still in shot. Yeah, I will be. No, let me check it first then,
check it first. I'm not in shot. Look at that. See, you would have let me do that, wouldn't you? And no one would have seen it. Right, sorry guys, I'm putting a little bit of CA glue just in this edge here, like so, and now I'm going to pop my little nut in there. Right, it will fit. There we go, that's it. Let me get my little hammer that I made from Procraft. There we go. Nice tight fit, and that's flush on there. There we go, lovely. Right, I'm going to leave that to sit and dry. Okay, to cure, to go off. And then I'm going to take the bottom of the bow off. By the time I've done that and I'll come back to it, it should all be ready to practice, shouldn't it? You know, put into play. Right, okay, let's take this off of here. Yeah, we've got a lovely finish on that. Lovely finish there. So now we're gonna. Right, this is going to have to be held in the cold jaws. Now, I hate cold jaws. I absolutely hate them because normally they're not a thing I use a lot. Move up you. Normally they're never at the right bloody size, are they? Bit dusty. I think they might be okay. Let's see. Please, yes, yes, yes. See, a little bit of a please, a little bit of begging. There we go. I hate cold jaws, I really do. Well, I don't hate them. I'm not going to say I hate them because they're probably going to fall off on me if I say things like that, won't they? Right, let's take this out. This centre. And what I wanted to do, I want to put a little centre on there for one. Although no, I shouldn't need it actually. I shouldn't need a centre at all. We should be able to take this off all right without one. Right, turn the speed down, obviously. Get that going. Right, try a little bit more than that. There we go, and now I'm going to take this off, put my face shield on, obviously. Let's see where you are. You're there. Right, I'm going to take this off with a spindle gouge, okay? Just a 3/8 spindle gouge. I'm going to get that saw resting a bit closer. Yeah, I'm okay there. Now I'm going to take a nice gentle cut because, like I said, cold jaws, I never trust them. Never been a great fan of them. Right, now I just want to get a slight in. You get a slight, there's a slight bump in there as I'm going in. I'm just going to stop and have a look and make sure it's not coming out at all. So I can feel a slight bump in there, it's dipping in. I don't know why it's dipping in, but it is. Right, let's go again. Let's go to a slightly bigger spindle gouge. I'm going to go for the 1/2 inch spindle gouge. Get this cut up and get this a clean. There we go, that's better. Right.
Yeah, that's alright. Right fiddle there. Right, okay, what I'm going to do, because it's quite a big plain bottom, I'm going to put a little bead detail in the middle. Now I have got a slight concave here. Okay, I'm going to put a little ring on this edge here. Like so. Just to give it something, you know. Just gives it something in that middle. And just take this down a little bit. There. A little bit out. That's it, right, okay. Just gives it a little bit of something, doesn't it, on the bottom? Yeah? Right. A little bit of sand in. The thing that also I don't like about Cosmos is you do have to be a little bit more on the sensible side and turn the speed down a bit, you know. I mean, I know they recommend 600 edge your fastest on these, but I'm sorry, I've never turned anything in my life at 600. Put me now in there, clean that out, that's it. Right, that should, I think, be okay. That all feels okay. Yeah, so, and the thing is with this finish, as you know, it needs a little bit of speed. So, we'll turn it up a little bit. Like I said, I was at 1200, I'm going to go up to about 1400, okay? I wouldn't turn cold jaws at 2000 RPM. I'm not saying you couldn't. I don't know, I've not really tried, because I only use them to take this stuff off the bottom. And I don't normally push it too much, because being that they're rubber mounts, you know, they're not like got hold of it that well, okay, so. But that's alright actually, that's shone up okay. I think that's done okay. Yeah, look at that, we've got that all, that's all good, that's all good. Okay. Just, I wanted a wide bottom on it to give it the stability when the lamp goes in it, okay? That's why I wanted that. So let's pop that in there. Let's get it out of the chuck. First things first. Wipe any dust off, that's it. Sits lovely, sits flat. Right, tighten that up a bit. Whoa, don't go nowhere. Right, that's it. You have to have a long chuck key for it and all that sort of stuff. Right, cold jaws. As I say, not something I use very often, but when you do need them, I must say they do come in very, very handy. Okay, so now I'm going to put my little table on here. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'll bring out a bit like that. Yeah, that'll do ya. Right. Get my lamp over, get my other bit here. That's my bit that's going in. Stay still. Now I'm going to do this with some CA glue. I find it absolutely works fine. You're going to roll off, aren't you? Stand you up there. Right, so I'm going to put a little bit around that base, a little bit in there. That's it.
I know it's a nice tight fit because I made it a tight fit. There we go. Give it a little twist. Always seems to help the glue set. There we go. That's that. And now this should, I say should because I didn't check it. Should screw straight in, straight down to the bottom. There we go. Tight, bosh. There we go. And just to show you that is in there tight, you can see. Okay, nice in there. And there we go, guys. You've got 3 different colours, and that is another one, another little lamp. Okay, bring it up a bit. I'm going to try and get the bloody dust off my hands so I can actually show you. So there we are up in the top there. Okay, let's have finish off on the bottom. Okay, a little bit of patterning on it, not a lot, but it's got some nice grain. It's ash, and then a little touch. Oh, sorry, there you go. And on comes the light. And a little bit of potpourri in there. It makes nice. Or you could have it as a little bedside lamp, and they, for the wife or daughter or whatever, they can put their girlfriend, boyfriend even. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Put your rings, earrings, whatever, all in there. And there you go. Little bedside lamp, or put it in the bathroom, toilet, potpourri in it. Lovely. Right, I will see you on the next one, guys. Toodle pip. And Temu. Okay, I haven't got a link for them. I don't have anything. Just go on there, put in bottle stopper lamps, and they will come up, and you can make all this fantastic. And I mean, you can say, I don't know. Don't ask me what I would sell it for. I will just. This is for someone. Okay, they asked if I'd make one. They saw mine in the. They went for a wee and saw it and said, "Oh, could you make me one of those?" So I said, "Yeah, I've got one spare. I'll do it." There you go. Toodle pip, guys. See you on the next one.